With one decision, we can completely change the course of our life. We can choose to leave a job. We could choose to take a job. We can choose to leave a relationship. We could choose to enter a relationship. We could choose to move. We can choose to cut our hair off. So many things. So the point of focus that we have on which decision is right for us is really what invites that change. And we need to look at what needs it's serving us to either stay where we are and stay, on the course that we're on, or make a decision to do something different in hopes that it will expand us or grow us in some way. And then it leads me to think, well, what needs are we serving here? Staying in a stuck place can serve a need. It can serve the need of security. Like, at least we know what that is, right? But sometimes we're just called on to grow, right? Like, our souls are telling us we need to grow, and it's uncomfortable. It's highly uncomfortable. And we're challenged with decisions about what to do. So I want to tell you a little bit about some hidden forces that are at work with your decision-making process. And they're called the human needs. And there's 6 of them. Maslow has introduced the 6 human needs, and then Tony Robbins and Chloe Madonna's adapted those needs, and now I've adapted the needs in my Root to Rise book. But basically, the bottom line is we make decisions based on how they serve our needs. And sometimes, we're willing to make decisions that are only serving needs on a low level, and there's reasons for that. And then other times when we really look at our standards and we say, we want more for ourselves, that we're looking at different needs to grow, needs to transcend our current life conditions. So I would like to invite you to learn more about the needs that are driving your decision making and how you can leverage them in order to put yourself in a very different place, in a aligned place, a place where your soul is craving to go. These kinds of things are difficult because it can mean that you have to let go of a former version of yourself. Like, say you want to leave a job that's been your career, that's been your identity, that you've had some success in and that served you well in the past, but for some reason just isn't lighting you up anymore. It's just not who you are anymore because you have interest in growing in other ways. I think that's very common, especially with women in midlife, where we have had certain identities that we outgrow. Just like, certain high heel shoes or certain tight skirts. It's difficult to let go of the idea about how cute you were in those outfits in the past and how uncomfortable they are to wear today. Same thing with other aspects of our lives. So sometimes, it's just as uncomfortable or more to stay in a situation or hold on to an identity that, we've outgrown. So I would like to invite you to think about a single decision that you could make to empower yourself to grow and welcome the growth. And sometimes I know that's scary because there's fears associated with starting something new, and they can bring up a lot of questions. Will we be good enough? Will we succeed? Lots of questions. And answering those questions for yourself is really important if you're feeling stuck. What are those needs that are being served by staying where you are? Because most likely you're only doing it because it does serve you in some way. Even if it's a low quality way, it's serving a need, or you just wouldn't be doing it. On the flip side, you can look at the needs that the new opportunities would serve if you gave them a chance. And if you believed in yourself enough to explore those things and, quiet the fears or, things that are coming up about your worthiness, your enoughness, your be good enough and all of that. Because this is your life, YOLO, baby. You got to think about what you need to serve your needs at high, healthy levels. So these are good things to talk about with your friends and your family and trusted advisors, because in one single decision, you could put yourself on a course to a whole new road, a new world that will bring your needs to a higher level. You know, they will be more satisfying and more fulfilling. And that is my mission, is to help people with living a very aligned, fulfilled life they love. So I invite you to go to glowliving.com and take the free quiz that'll uncover which hidden force is really behind your decision making. Of the 6, which one is kind of in the driver's seat right now? And maybe being aware of that need and then learning about the other needs, you can make some really informed, great decisions, because in that single decision could be the key to creating that fulfilled, aligned life that you'll love. So go to glowliving.com, take the quiz, you'll get a free email training about all the needs, and I hope that really sets you on a right path. So feel free to leave a comment below and let me know about your decision-making process and the needs you're serving and whether it's going your way. And have a great day.